Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast, West Denver. Here's a quick message from our sponsor, Local Works Wheat Ridge, provided by its Executive Director, Paige Piper.
Local Works is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to make Wheat Ridge a more vibrant and sustainable place to live and work. Our mission and action is programming that provides neighborhood revitalization and small business support, keeping and growing the businesses we know and love in Wheat Ridge. In simpler form, we provide connection. Connection to business, connection to community.
This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Meg Smith.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the latest episode of the Good Neighbor Podcast, West Denver. Today, I'm here with Igor Kublitskiy of Colorado Restoration and Remodeling. Hi, Igor. Thanks for joining me.
Hi, Meg. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So tell our listeners all about Colorado Restoration and Remodeling.
So we're a one-stop, one-shop, basically, that specializes in dealing with a lot of insurance claims. So we do a lot of hail, wind, fire, and flood. Basically, we're the guys that after natural disaster, either you or the insurance company hires us out, and we're the guys that comes out and basically cleans up the water, whatever situation it is, and then basically just make sure that we take care of the property to restore it back to its original condition, if not better.
Yes. And I know that you are locally owned and operated, of course, because we just
correct.
chatted about how you used to live right near me in Wheat Ridge. So I love, our listeners really like to support locally owned businesses. And so I just wanted to give you that credit and shout out. And so how did you get into the business of restoration and remodeling?
So I knew a couple people back in the day, when I was in sales, and naturally there was a need for, like, let's say, a project manager type of position for the restoration, hail, stuff like that, basically claims. And an old friend of mine was like, "Hey, I think you'd be great at it." So we worked for a company, basically learned the ropes, learned how claims work, what is a loss sheet, all that kind of things. Who's an adjuster. After dealing with a lot of that, we decided, me and my old business partner, we decided it was a great opportunity to do our own thing because we were really good at what we did, and we blew up our company. And then just 5 years ago, we decided to separate ways, and he can do his way and I can do my way. And so now I've been doing it by myself for 5 years, even though we started about 2010 or so.
Yeah. So lots of experience and probably seen a lot of different scenarios, a lot of different types of loss. And you will do everything like soup to nuts. You'll come in, you'll assess the damage, work with the insurance company, and also help with the restoration and remodeling afterward.
Correct.
Excellent. So I know that's a big reason why people would choose to work with you. And I also know you have great reviews on Google and with the Better Business Bureau and Facebook, and that's fantastic. Why else might your clients want to choose you?
Well, besides, most of our business nowadays is technically referrals, or they see us just randomly down the street. We're doing either a remodel. A lot of neighbors usually walk up, or they'll see that we're actually tearing off a roof or tearing off siding, redoing gutters, stuff like that. People are very observant. Naturally, most people are afraid. Let's say step one, they're afraid to hire a contractor off of just a website. They don't really know who this is. If they can actually physically see the work, we're there. Our trucks are down the street, our logos all over our vehicles and stuff like that. So naturally you trust who's around you and stuff like that. So our presence is very well known in let's say in damaged areas. I'm mostly talking about, let's say, the hail situation of last year. Let's say we've had lots of rain, we had a lot of hail, and our presence was very known in the community. So till this day, everybody knows, who we are, and we're still getting referrals nonstop. So presence is very important. Besides all those reviews and stuff like that, it's that definitely helps.
Yes, yeah, just being present in the community and the confidence that it generates when a homeowner knows that you're working with a neighbor is
Correct.
huge, right? That just tells them, if that person's happy with your work, they can trust you. And
Of
so,
course.
yeah, that's
And the
very
one thing I was
important.
going to mention, it's like when I say presence, when we were doing, for example, the last storm season, we're not just doing the one house, we're doing, 6 houses in a row. And when a homeowner's driving by, they'll see our yard signs and say, "Hey, who are these guys?" And then obviously the
Mhm.
reviews is where it kicks in. So of course,
Yes. Yeah. Reviews are huge and just that vote of confidence. So tell me, do you have anything? Is there any seasonality about your business? Obviously, you're still working on damage from last year's hailstorm, and there's no seasonality to leaks in homes and things like that. But is there anything that you want to share with the community and our listeners about, what's happening right now in the business or the industry?
so the biggest thing I would say is most people when they walk around their house, they don't look up. And I always
Mm,
say, "Hey, look up and notice if you have any stains in your ceiling because it's a spot where water's coming in, which can over time develop into mold and stuff like that." It's just kind of
mhm.
being a little bit more aware. I'm not saying do it every single time, but just in general, if once in a while, hey, look up. What if you have a leak? So then because it all starts with the roof, right? That's the main
Yeah.
thing that's on your house. And that's the most important thing, in my opinion, because once you cover that, no water's technically coming in besides, pipes and stuff like that, which can obviously occur. I would always say, look, get a free inspection. One of the coolest things that we do is we do free roof inspections. It doesn't cost you anything. I'll send one of my guys out there, if not me, we'll send somebody out there to take a look at your roof, see the condition it's in, and tell you, hey, you're all good, or hey, maybe get somebody out here before there's an issue, or it's a quick little repair that we might do even at no cost to you, just because we notice it could be a potential issue down the road. Then I would say, then walk inside, look at your roof or look at your ceilings, and then what's going on. No leaks, you don't notice anything. Obviously, don't get into the attic because that's a lot of hassle. My guys can do that for you if you want. And
Mhm.
then I would say, watch out for every single kind of pipe that you have. Look at your laundry, look at your under your sinks, kitchen, and stuff like that. A lot of the leaks that we basically go to are either dishwasher, not well dishwasher, but I was going to say washer and dryer, washer, sorry, and then a lot of basement leaks because most people get very bad leaks where they don't usually go. And so I
Yeah.
would say be very, just be situational aware of if you have an older house, if you have
Mhm.
go look at the pipes. If you don't know what you're looking for, just say, hey, give a call to us and say, hey, Igor, can you guys swing by and just take a look at this? I might, what if this is a concern? Again, doesn't cost you anything for us to come out and take a look at it. We'll make you very well aware of what's going on and give you our professional opinion on that.
Mhm. I like that term, situationally aware.
Yeah.
Just be aware of what's
Yep.
happening in your home, look at things, check things out. So yeah, that's very good advice for the homeowner. So how do you guys get involved in the community aside from, helping people avoid mold and all that scary stuff? What do you guys do in the community?
So a lot of times I have, besides obviously like basic stuff like flyers and just letting people know what we're doing. Besides our, we have an office up in Lakewood. Um, I guess the biggest thing I would say is we offer free inspections. That's the biggest
Mm,
thing. When a homeowner, ranging from 20 years old to 80 years old, requires our assistance, we don't show up there and we don't give a price just to come look at it. There is
mhm,
no cost associated with it. We're supposed to be the pros. We're the guys that come out there and just give you an honest opinion, and we treat basically everybody like they're our closest friends. What would you
yeah,
do at your friend's house? How would you help them out? And that's our mentality. The crew that's working with us, the sales guys, the office staff that has been working with me for 8+ years. So
mhm.
it's like we're all a family in that aspect. So that's I would say the most important thing or the biggest thing that we bring to the table would be that aspect that at any point in time you can call us and we're going to be there, basically Johnny on the spot.
That's fantastic. Yeah, we really do appreciate that as homeowners
Yeah,
that you'll come out and assess everything and give us a solid recommendation like you would, your
of
best
course.
friends. That's amazing. So what are you doing for fun when you're not working?
A lot of times travel. So we
Yay.
really like to travel, go to Florida.
Oh, I'm
You
from
know,
Florida. That's so fun.
that's yeah. So we love Florida. We love to go down there, and then just anywhere. We
Mhm.
have kids now, and before we traveled a lot more, but now it's a little bit less. But it's still exciting and different with kids, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Well, especially when you're going to Florida. I mean, that's like a kid's state.
Right,
It was a great
right.
place to grow up.
That is true.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much for being with me
Of
today.
course. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. How should folks get in touch with you if they want to have you come by for a free, inspection or just have general questions?
Sure. I would say the best way is to give us a call. Even if we miss your call, we still get the voicemail and we call pretty much right away within, I don't know, within 20 minutes. And I would say you can definitely check out our website at coloradorr.com. But we get a lot of spam through that contact list. So we try to do the best that we can. But I would say easiest way is just give a call or send an email to office@coloradorr.com.
Excellent. Well, thank you again. I appreciate your time today.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpwestdenver.com. That's gnpwestdenver.com or call 720-295-9588.